Hello, mortal. I've been waiting for you. You should know better than to steal from the tomb of the great Queen Nefertiti. Foolish humans. Life goes by so fast. I advise you not to waste the small moments you have. Being beaten to death does not sound like a good life, now does it? I'll make you a deal. I will grant you safe passage from this tomb if you listen to my story. No one comes here nowadays. It's just me and silence. King Tut's tomb gets all the attention. But for some reason, you came. Why is this tomb easier for you to loot? I'll tell you now, there's nothing for you here. Everything of value has been stripped away. Only my statue remains. The statue of Isis. Where was I? Oh yes, the deal. Life or death? Ah, you have made the right choice. But first, to clear some confusion, I must let you know that Egyptian myths have been retold for eons, and when an oral story gets passed down, the plot lines can shift, and everything can just get a little muddled. You will hear people say Horus is my brother, and you will hear them say he is my son. For the sake of it all, today he is both. Now, let me begin. After the world was created, and the god of the wind Shu separated the sky goddess Nut from the earth god Geb, Nut became pregnant with 5 children. The king of the gods, Ra, feared that if Nut gave birth to her kids, we might someday overthrow him. Ra cursed Nut so that she couldn't give birth on any of the 360 days of the year. Around the last day, Nut knew she had to give birth. Her body was in so much pain. She traveled to the home of Khonsu, the moon god, and pleaded with him to help her. He did so. Khonsu manipulated the lunar cycle to create 5 more days of the year. During each of those days, Nut gave birth to her 5 children, me included, of course. Those days were named the Demon Days by the Egyptians and are considered unlucky. My brother and husband Osiris was born on the 1st, my brother Horus on the 2nd, my brother Set on the 3rd, me on the 4th, and my sister Nephthys on the last. Now, let me tell you about my brother and husband and the creation of my son. My husband Osiris became the first king of Egypt. Our brother Set soon became jealous of Osiris, desiring the power he could not attain. For Osiris's birthday, Set gifted him a beautiful golden coffin. He told Osiris that only a true king could fit inside. I advised my husband not to get in. Nevertheless, he brushed me off, not fully trusting me. It was his birthday, after all, and the most lavish of gifts were to be expected for the king. Surely his brother could be nice for once. But he was wrong. As soon as Osiris lay in the coffin and declared it a perfect fit, the coffin sealed itself shut, trapping him inside, and mummy wrappings encased it. Set then thrust the coffin into the Nile River, drowning Osiris. My brother quickly chased after me, so I turned into a bird and fled. Eventually, I found my husband's coffin trapped in a tree. I tried to free him, but with no luck. I saw Set coming and escaped again. In a fit of rage, Set chopped up my husband's coffin and scattered the pieces of his body throughout the land. I searched far and wide with my sister Nephthys to collect his body. Once we had gathered all the pieces, I used my magic to resurrect him and bring him back to life. But the thing is, my magic wasn't strong enough, so after a few days, he had to return to the underworld. Before he left, he was able to impregnate me, and I gave birth to my son, Horus, the falcon-headed god. Osiris became the king of the underworld, and Horus avenged his father and took the throne of Egypt from the clutches of the evil Set. Now that you have heard my story, I suppose it is time for you to leave. But first, I have some advice to share with you. Always remember that family is important, so make sure you could support yours. It would be such a shame if you lost your life. Always remember to believe in yourself, but do not let that belief get to the best of you. Mortals have limits. Gods do not. Do not believe yourself to be higher than the gods. Know your place. Now, I don't want to see you near these tombs again, but if you do visit, let it be for the sake of worship, not for thievery. Ah, my time is up. I must return to stone. Goodbye, foolish humans.